So from Monday, we have started with chapter number 4 of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in the chapter number 4, we discussed that, of course, at the end of the chapter number 3, Sri Goswami has glorified the Bhagavatam. That has been glorified, saying that Bhagavatam is the sun for the people of the age of Kali. It has been compiled by Vyasadev in his maturity, and Vyasadev in turns delivered to his son. And Sukdev Goswami in turns delivered this Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. So after hearing this thing, Sukdev Goswami, Sanak Rishi, inquires about the history of Bhagavatam. That what is the inspiration for Vyasadev to compile these Bhagavatams? First question was related to Bhagavatam and Srila Vyasadev. That was the first question. So then, history of Bhagavatam, then Vyasadev, then second set of questions were in relation to Sonak Rishi. In relation to Sukdev Goswami. And third question was in relation to Parikshit. Third set of questions were in relation to Parikshit Maharaj. He was an emperor, and he has no rivals practically. Everyone was subordinate to him, and his body was meant to serve people in general. Then why he gave up whole kingdom and sat at the bank of Gangesh to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukdev Goswami? So that way we saw a series of questions. So in terms of history, before going to the history of Srimad Bhagavatam, so prelude of the history of Srimad Bhagavatam was that how the Vedas divided the Vedas. So earlier it was only one Veda, Yajur Veda. Then it was divided into four Veda, Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, Thurva Veda. Then he make a representative of each Veda. The Kaila Rishi was Rig Veda, Gemini Rishi was for Sam Veda, the Vesampayan Rishi was for Yajur Veda, and Sumantu Muni was and Angira was for Atharva Veda. Now, of course, Puranas and Mahabharata and Ityasas are known as Pancham Veda. The Romharsana, the father of Sukdev Goswami, was in charge for this fifth Veda. And why Vedas has divided one Veda in these four Vedas? That considering that he was sitting on the bank of Saraswati and he was meditating and he found that people in the Kali Yuga. So he saw the anomalies in the age of Kalis, and he was worried about people of Kali Yuga. So thinking the welfare of the people of Kali Yuga, that if they perform yajnas, so that will be beneficial, and that will be the solution for the anomalies of Kali Yuga. Thinking in that way, he had decided to divide one Veda in the four, and we saw that how he divided. So till here we had discussed last time, and yes, of course, so till verse number, I think it was, it was till verse number 25 we discussed. So today we are going to discuss from verse number 26 onwards till verse number 33. So verse number 26 to verse number 31 discuss about the dissatisfaction of the Vedas even after dividing the Vedas for the people of Kali Yuga. Although he has divided, thinking the welfare of the people in the age of Kali. Okay, so he has made this division as a solution to the anomalies of Kali Yuga. But still he was unsatisfied. So there is a saying that if the author is not satisfied, then how the readers will be satisfied. So that satisfaction is in terms of negativity. Okay, he was not satisfied. Not that, it was so releasing, that's why he was not satisfied. No, it's not like that. So, so then we'll discuss from verse number 32 to 35, we'll discuss that how that when Vyasa was dissatisfied and sitting at the bank of Saraswati, so Narada Muni appears there So that is the beginning, appearance of Narada Muni. That is the inspiration of Bhagavatam. So we'll start with verse number 26. So there he says that there it is mentioned, Evam pravrutasya sada bhutanam shreyasi dvija sarva atmakenapi yada natusyad hridayam tatha. O twice born Brahmana. So Sukha Goswami is telling to Sonak Rishi that twice born Brahmana, sages headed by Sonak Rishi. So he was telling them, Sukha Goswami was telling the sages headed by Sonak Rishi that twice born Brahmana, still his mind was not satisfied. His means Vyasdev, although he divided Veda and he made representative each part of the Veda, but still his mind was not satisfied. Although he engaged himself in working for the total welfare of the people. So although he did with intention for the welfare of the people, but still he was not satisfied. Okay, so see, so Vyasdev was not satisfied with himself, although he had prepared literature of Vedic value for the all around welfare of the general mass of people. And it was expected that he would have been at least satisfied, but ultimately he was not satisfied. So although he did all those things, so then he said that Nati Prasid Drudaya Sarasvatyas Tate Sucho Vitarkayan Viviktastha Idam Chovacha Dharmavid. Thus the sage, being dissatisfied at heart, at once began to reflect, because he knew the essence of the religion and he said within himself. So he was unsatisfied. Sometimes we do so much activity, and okay, sometimes in our family also, we have done so much for the family, but still, we feel unsatisfied, or people of the family feel, family members feel unsatisfied. So we asked them, and at that time we contemplate, what is the wrong? Still, I'm not feeling satisfied. So Vedvyas was also thinking like that. Oh, I did so much. He was reflecting, self-reflection. If he said self-reflection, being dissatisfied, he was reflecting. Oh, I divided Veda. I did totally for the welfare of people. But why am I not feeling satisfied? So, the sage began to search out the cause of not being satisfied at heart. So he was finding. So perfection is never attained, until one is satisfied at the heart. So if you want to be satisfied, this heart must be satisfied, and heart will be satisfied if we do the activity in relation to some Siddhi Hari Tosana. If we do the activity which satisfied the Hari Tosana. Okay, so this satisfaction of heart was to be searched out beyond matter. So, so that heart satisfaction is not going to come but just by giving a roti kapda makan, intellectual satisfaction, emotional satisfaction, safety. This is not going to give complete satisfaction. That is what is said in self-actualization chart, that pranamaya, sorry, annamaya earlier, in the first step, people are concerned about, okay, roti kapda makan mil jaye to bahut badi baat hai. If the roti kapda makan is available, and then they think, oh, if I am safe, that is a great thing. मेरे प्राण बचे रहे वो अच्छी बात है. Safety, security. Okay, so that is physical security. Then second level is manomaya, that is emotional security. Okay, emotional satisfaction is required. Then fourth level is vijnanamaya, so that is intellectual satisfaction. Then fifth one is that, okay, you have all this satisfaction, but unless and until you are happy, blissful, nothing is going to be useful. So last one is anandamaya. So that anandamaya stage come, especially Vijnanmaya and Anandmaya comes at the spiritual level. Okay. That's why this heart satisfaction is not going to come until you will think, thinking at the mat. physical level, material level that comes when you think beyond the physical matter, that is spiritual level. So in the next verse, he says that Dhruta avrate nahi maya chandamsi guru wo agnaya manita nirvyalikena gruhitam cha anusasanam bharat देशेन हि मन्य अर्थस्य प्रदर्शितः दृश्यते यत्र धर्मादि श्री शुद्राधि अप्युतः. So then Vyasdev was contemplating, oh, I have under strict disciplinary vows unpretentiously worship the Vedas. So unpretentiously means his intention was very clear. Content was clear. Sometimes content is clear, but intent is wrong. So here he says, okay, content was also right, but he was thinking content is also right and his intent was also right. And he did all those things with strict disciplinary vows. Means whatever he was writing, he was following. It's not that, oh, he wrote something and he didn't follow. Walk and talk were matching. Okay. So he was thinking, oh, under the strict disciplinary vows, unpretentiously worship the Vedas, the spiritual masters, and altar of sacrifice. So he has worshipped Veda, spiritual master, altar of sacrifice. Then he says, I have also abide by the rulings and have shown the import of disciplic succession through the explanation of Mahabharata. So although he wrote all those things in disciplic succession and whatever rules and regulation he wrote, he was following them. All those things explain Mahabharata. Okay, and by which even women, Sudra, and others can see the path of religion. So actually, it is said that no one can understand the Vedas without strict disciplinary vows and disciplic succession. So if you want to understand Veda, Mahabharata, Gita, Bhagavatam, then you have to understand in Parampara. There was one series I don't want to name because nowadays in a social media people uh, create so much controversy. But in that, I remember that after the battle, it was shown that after the battle of Mahabharata, Yudhishthir Maharaj was taken to Bhishmadev. Okay, that is true as per the Bhagavatam. It's not wrong. So in that Mahabharata, it was just discussed about Desh Bhakti. Bhishma Pitamaha giving the instruction to Yudhishthir Maharaj. It was just shown about Desh Bhakti. They have not shown Krishna Bhakti, other things. Bhishma Pitamaha, of course, he spoke in relation to how to rule the country and all those things. But he also spoke about, personally set the example, being absorbed in the Lord Krishna at the last moment, set that example. But in that series, people didn't show that Krishna Bhakti and all those things. So that's why it's very, very important that okay, no, and who has made that series? There are so many plenty of affairs and all those things. And that's why it is very, very important. If you want to understand Veda, strict disciplinary vow and disciplic succession is very, very important. So for that, we have to must worship spiritual master and sacrificial fire, Vedas. Okay. All those intricacies of Vedic knowledge are systematically presented in the Mahabharata, for the understanding of woman class, the labor class, the unqualified member of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya family. So in this age, the Mahabharata is more essential than original Vedas. So Vyasa did everything. He followed all the small, small rules and regulation so that he can write the Vedas properly in the disciplic succession. And his walk and talk matches. So he was contemplating this thing. And he says that Tathapi Bat me Deho Hi Atma Sevatmana Vibhu Asampana Iva Bhati Brahmacharya Sattamaha. So then he said that, oh, I did all those things, but still I am feeling incomplete. Though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas. So he has everything as per whatever required by the Veda, but still he was feeling incomplete. So he's thinking, he's contemplating that the Veda, Vyasdeva was completing all details of Vedic achievement. He was following, it's not that he was just writing. The purification of the living beings submerged in the matter is made possible by prescribed activities in the Veda. So unless it is attained, the living being, even though fully equipped, cannot be situated in transcendently normal state. So Srila Vyasdev appeared to have lost the clue and therefore felt dissatisfied. So Vyasdev was not feeling satisfied, although he did great work, which uh, consists everything from science to material knowledge to everything it contained. But still, he was feeling unsatisfied, and he himself is telling, "Oh, I'm feeling incomplete, although I'm fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas." That is what he's saying. So then he says that Kimva Bhagavata Dharma na Prayana Nirupita Priya Paramhansanam Tam Eva Hi Achyuta Priya. Achyuta Priya means infallible, Supreme Lord. This may be because, then he's thinking, this may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord. So he wrote Vedas, Purana, Mahabharata. Of course, he has described little bit about devotional service, but he has not much emphasized on devotional service. So that is what he's thinking. Oh, this may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to perfect beings and to the infallible Lord. So from this we can understand the personality like Vyasdev, he was not satisfied, although he did great work, literary work of writing Vedas, Mahabharata, Puranas, Itihasa. Still, he was not feeling satisfied. So why? Because he's saying that maybe specifically he has not point out the devotional service of the Lord. He has not point out the pastimes of Lord Krishna. That's what he's feeling. From this we can learn that okay, if we do so many activities, but if we not specifically perform the devotional service to the Lord, will not be satisfied. Okay, so that's why Prabhupada writes in purpose that dissatisfaction which was being felt by Srila Vyasadeva is expressed here in his own word. Just thinking, oh, I didn't point out the activities of Supreme Lord Hari. That's why my dissatisfaction is not take, gone. They said, Hari, Hari, don't worry, chant Hari. People say that. Hari, Hari, don't worry, chant Hari. So this was felt for the normal condition of the living being, the devotional service of the Lord. Okay, so personally, he didn't feel satisfied. Just imagine how the readers are going to be satisfied. Yeah. So he in his own word, he expressed, oh, I have not specifically pointed out the devotional service of the Lord. That may be the reason, okay, of my dissatisfaction. So he says the devotional service, wow, which is the devotional service to the Lord is dear both to perfect beings and infallible lords. So even Lord is also pleased with the devotional service, his devotees are also pleased. Okay, so unless one is fixed in the normal condition of service, neither the Lord nor the living being can become fully satisfied. Normal condition of service means unless and until someone is fixed in the devotional service. That is normal. Abnormal means these material activities are abnormal. So this defect was felt by him when Narada Muni, his spiritual master, reached him. It is described as follows. He was feeling, oh, I specifically didn't point out. So we should remember this thing. We should learn this lesson. We do all the activities, but if we don't do the specific activities specifically to please the Lord Hari, that is devotional service, then we'll also not be satisfied. We'll also feel emptiness. Okay, so now this is the how we ask this dissatisfaction, verse number 26 to 31. This the dissatisfaction of Vyasdev. After seeing his disciple dissatisfied, Narad Muni, he was Trikaldarshi, he knows everything. Okay, he has visa for all over the world. He can travel anywhere, anytime, any places without any restriction. So he enters seeing his disciple's condition. He felt if there is a genuine relationship between disciple and guru. So there is a message will automatically convey between disciple and guru. Just like, it happens between something happened to son and daughter, mother will automatically feels. So same way, disciple go through some difficulties, guru also feel that. So after seeing the dissatisfaction of Vyasadev, Narad Muni also, is entering here now. So in this verse, the sevam kilam atmanam manyamanasya hidyatah yusasya narado abhyagat ashramam pragudahutam. So he says, as mentioned before, Narada reached the cottage of Krishna Dyapan Vyas on the bank of Saraswati, just as Vyasadeva was regretting his defect. So Vyasadeva was regretting his defect, but now when Narad Muni enters, the defects will be validated by Narad Muni. Oh yeah, because you have not specifically glorified Lord Hari, that's why you are dissatisfied. So that will be validated by Narad Muni. So the vacuum felt by Vyasadeva was not due to his lack of knowledge. So Bhagavad Dharma is purely devotional service of the Lord, to which the monist has no access. The monist is okay. So Narad Muni is entering now. So in the next verse, it says, Tam abhignaya sahasa prati uthaya gatam muni uchyamasa vidivan naradam surupuchitam. So at the auspicious arrival of Sri Narada, Sri Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji, the creator. So Narad Muni was the guru of Ved Vyas. So Ved Vyas is setting the example. Although Ved Vyas was Satyavas Avatar, literary incarnation, but still as a matter of uh, duty to teach the people in the world that how we should respect our guru. He may be, Krishna personally, he may be there. Krishna has set an example. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has set an example. Lord Ramchandra has set an example that how the guru should be treated. So to set that example, Vyasadeva got up respectfully. Then he worshipped him, just like Krishna was personally present on this earthly planet in Dwarka. He welcomed Narad Muni, just worshipping him. Same thing he did when Rukmani sent Brahmana messenger. So Krishna worshipped him. So that is the etiquette we have to learn from here. Okay. So this is how the Narad Muni enters. So Narad Muni is the disciple of Brahmaji, and Brahmaji is a disciple of Lord Krishna. So Narad Muni is coming in parampara. Okay. So this is how the Narad Muni enters. In the next class, we'll see that how Narada's instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasa. So we'll discuss that. What Narad Muni and Vyasadeva are discussing. So we'll discuss tomorrow onwards. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If any question, comment, feedback, you can unmute and ask.